Alright, so we're going to start talking about a command of make2D, which essentially makes 2D drawings of your objects. And if you want, we can start off with this file of the Mobius strip. So I'm going to just type in the command make2D. When it asks for select objects to draw, we'll select these objects, press enter. And when I get this pop-up menu, the only thing I want to have turned on is the current view. All the options I'll have unchecked, and just hit OK. And it should make the 2D drawing of the current view that you're looking at, and it should be right by your grid. I use the shortcut ZS enter to zoom select around those objects. I'm going to be making several of these 2D drawings, and as you can see, what it does is it makes your 2D drawing right in the center of your grid. So the next 2D drawing we're going to make is also going to be right in the center of the grid. The next one, say for example, I'm going to go back to my perspective view, get a different perspective, type in make. This time I'll do 4View USA. And what 4View USA should do is it should give me a perspective view, a top view, a front view. I can see that it already made the top view, it's making the front view, and right now it's making the right view. And it's essentially the 4 views that you see when you go into your 4 views. Top view, perspective, front, and back. Oh, not back. It should be, there you go. Top, perspective, front, and right. So now if I zoom in on these, I can see my top view, my front view, my right view, and the perspective view that I was looking at. One thing that I'll notice is it puts all of these drawings in its own special layer. So make2D, and it's probably in lines or buildings. Make2D lines, and as I can see, is it just made, it took all these drawings and it just made them into one layer. But if I take a close look at this, I have all my different layers or different objects in 3 different layers. So if I want to maintain the exact layers that they were in, I'm going to do this from top view. Type in make. I'll do current view. This time what I want to do is click on maintain source layers and hit OK. What I'll notice in my make2D drawings, I'll have a few more layers down here. So essentially what maintain source layers does, move this out of the way so you can see it better. What maintain source layers does is it remembers the layers that these objects were in, and it puts them in the appropriate layers. So it helps organize your drawing a little bit more. So now that I have the top view, I want the 4 side views. So I'm going to do this from, I'm going to select it from my top view. On my front view, I'm going to make sure I'm in my front view by using the hand tool, the right click, type in make, current view, maintain source layers. And my drawing should show up in my top view. Move this out of the way. Do the same thing with the right view. I'll select it there. I go to my right view, type in make, current layer, maintain source layers. Now I have the right view. I'll do, I'll right click on right, go to set view. I have my front, right, I'll do left. Make 2D. And now I'll have my left view, and the last one that remains is the back view. Go to set view, back. And one thing you've noticed when I was doing my my elevations, I only changed the elevations of my front and back view. Top view, I always try to keep it in top view, the same with perspective. Perspective, I always try to leave it in perspective. If you accidentally change a perspective view, to say, for example, your left, and then you go back to set it to perspective, you'll notice that your your grid has now changed. It's now changed to the orientation of your back view. So again, if this ever happens to you, just go to C-planes, set C-plane to world top, and resets it back to the default state. So now, essentially, in your top view, we should have our 4 elevations and our top view. So next, we're going to take these drawings into Illustrator.